We'd like to call this commission work session to order. Roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Dominic, Johnson, Williams, Lynn, Bowman, Baker,
Here.
Lynch, Escaday, Thibodeau, Cox, Smith, Epperson. We have a quorum, Madam President.
Thank you. Please stand for the pledge, prayer and pledge. Prayer by Commissioner Williams and pledge by Commissioner Johnson.
Bow your heads. Father, in the name of Jesus, we come with bowed down heads and open heart. Lord, we pray for our men and women who protect this country so we can have the freedom and the rights that we have. We pray for this political body that we would make decisions based on what is best for the citizens of Caddo Parish. We pray that everything will be done decent and in order, that we respect each other's opinion, whether we like it or not. We ask it all in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Let's face the flag and render the proper salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item.
Are there any agenda additions?
Commissioner Thibodeau.
Yeah, I'd like to make one. We need to vote on it. Mine has to do with, we got a letter here from the Coordinating and Development Corporation asking that we provide a resolution of support for the Amtrak passenger rail service across North Louisiana from the Texas line to Mississippi.
It's on the agenda. I just gave y'all a copy, so when we get to it, y'all will know what it was for.
All right.
Yeah, it's on the agenda.
All right.
Railroad coming, huh?
Next item, Mr. Clerk, try.
Next, we have citizen comments. Citizens who wish to address the commission must fill out a comment card and forward to the president or the clerk of the commission. I have no cards.
Okay.
Next, we move to visitors. Mr. Chris Chandler.
Please state your name and address.
Good afternoon. My name is Chris Chandler. I'm at 6501 Roma Drive, number 207, Shreveport 71105. Thank you for letting me come in today and introduce a project to y'all that I have been working on since 1993. And what I want to do is just give you a little bit of background about who I am and then tell you what I'm going to be introducing to the community. I grew up here in Shreveport, so I was raised here. My grandparents split, and I was raised secondhand by my grandparents, who were World War II generation. Navy was my grandfather, and they, when I was in 8th grade, took over bringing me up and got me into the first class of Caddo Middle Magnet. From there, I went on to Caddo Magnet High School and on to LSU Shreveport for my education. So I've been here the entire time for my education. But at the end of my college year in 1992, my grandfather suggested to me that I take a trip overseas and go see the world, mainly in Europe. So I had the fortune and the parental support to explore something that I'd never done before. And I spent 3 months at that stage of my life backpacking across Europe, and I visited 36 cities during that time frame. And then I came back home and I had a little bit of money left over, and I wanted to try to mimic that experience in Europe here in the United States. And the first obstacle I ran into was who you're going to be talking about later on today, was Amtrak. And if you've been to Europe, you might be familiar with the rail system that is set up over there that facilitates international travel and especially facilitates travel from the local people all across borders, across communities and towns and villages, and their rail system is extremely efficient. But that was not what I experienced in 1992 here in the States. Secondly, there was no system of what they call in Europe youth hostels in the United States. So when you travel in our country, you drive your car and you stay at a cheap hotel for your lodging if you're lucky. What I am going to be developing is a brand of youth hostels across our country that are going to be facilitating the educational experience as well as welcoming travelers from our country, from our community, and overseas to travel in a network that provides a lot of amenities to that traveler that's traveling for educational purposes and to grow. So let me tell you, back in the year 2000, I created the first launch of what's today called the American Millennium Project. And we launched that project with a few named facilities that we were going to start with in the country. One of the facilities was downtown Shreveport. The headquarters of my project has always been and will always be here in my hometown. And we had made quite a bit of progress with the first launch, and then we ran into September 11th, 2001, which put quite a restriction on corporate donations and other plans that we had to invite the international traveler to the country to participate in the network. So, a decade later, here I am with launch number 2. And we are doing this launch in a completely different format, but we're going to do it extremely local. And our entire focus is going to be on Caddo Parish. And a new system in place is going to be partnering with Caddo Parish Schools and the Shreve Memorial Library System to engage the students and get them interested in a form of education that they have not yet been exposed to, which is travel, and learning through traveling and seeing firsthand. And we're developing, I've got agreements working out with all 11 of our Caddo Parish high schools, through the principals and through the history departments, to launch American Millennium Project clubs in each of the high schools this fall. And as well as that, we have 2 middle schools. So we're also going down to the middle school level with Caddo Middle Magnet and Huntington Middle School. And the third part of it is we're going to the 4 colleges that we have here in Shreveport-Bossier. So we're starting with LSUS and Centenary, and then we're going to Southern and Bossier Parish Community College. So you can start at the middle school level as a first-time initiation into the American Millennium Project, and then go through high school, and then through college. In the network of the American Millennium Project, each time you advance, you are expanding your travel experiences and options. So it's quite a endeavor that we're starting off this year, and we've got a team of people that are working on it. And I wanted to start by coming to the commission to inform you that we are launching this, to get some input from you. I'm going to provide a copy by email to all of you, but I think you have a summary of the first 4 pages of the project that we made copies for you today. But I wanted to come here just to expose y'all to the project and hopefully get your support and your excitement for it, and also to ask for your help in getting the community behind the project. So with that, I'm sure you're like, wow, that's pretty large in scope. So if you have any questions, I can summarize those and let y'all get back to your regular business.
I have a question. It sounds, I was kind of reading over it a little bit while you were talking. It sounds like a good program that you have here. I can remember when I was 15, I got an opportunity to go to Europe for 3 weeks, and we stayed in youth hostels, and that was kind of fun. So I don't know if they still have those hostels like that now.
They do. They're amazing. In Europe, the hostels, when you travel and you stay in a hostel, a lot of times they are historic properties in and of themselves. The American Millennium brand youth hostel is going to be located in a historic property. So Kevin Bryan is my local architect, but he is going to be on my committee to help determine historical significance of properties. And of course, there'll be a lot of construction involved in renovating these properties for a type of a bed and breakfast for these travelers.
So you want to bring that same type of atmosphere to the Caddo Parish?
Absolutely. I want to start here in Caddo, and I want to work it through the school system so the kids start to learn that history is a lot more interesting when you go walk through the graveyard, or when you go and meet the people that actually lived the history, like we're going to be celebrating on Wednesday, but actually talking to those people and walking through the places that the history took place. So we're going to get them out of the classroom and into the real world for that experience.
I see it says student membership, so like if they join at a middle school, they'll be a member throughout college?
It's an annual membership. $25 is the annual membership fee. Now, when you get to college, it's a $50 annual membership fee.
Okay. Well, I just turned 15 today. Can't you tell? No, it's a real good program. Thank you so very much for sharing this with us. Commissioner Williams?
Let me just say, Madam Chairman, thank you. Growing up in urban America, we don't even know what a vacation is.
Right.
So we sign up and go in maybe to the military, huh, Commissioner Epperson? that would never be in a budget of someone who's socially economic disadvantaged. And the only way our children get to travel now is through the social media, the internet, reading on the computer. So if they can really appreciate the culture in our world, appreciate the diversity, maybe we can change a lot of attitudes of our citizens in America. So this thing is long overdue.
Appreciate that. What I tell people is, I grew up in Broadmoor and South Highlands. When I graduated from Caddo Magna High School, I had never been to West Shreveport. Certainly had never been to Cooper Road or North Shreveport. And then when I graduated from college 4 years later and went to Europe and came back home, I had visited 3 states in my life in our country. So I did not come from a moneyed culture, but I was given an experience, and I was on a very tight budget with Europe, and I'm going to create a system that opens up this kind of travel experience for everybody.
I think when we step outside the box of where we live and explore all the diversity in our country, we can change the attitude of crime, we can change the way that people are dropping out of school, we can change the attitudes of this generation, because a lot of them are products of the environment because they never leave. So what they become is because of what they see every day. If they can go outside of the parameters of growing up in urban America and see what's in Europe, see what's in Pennsylvania, Atlanta, maybe we can change the culture in America. I believe these type of programs would have helped a long, long time ago. But I say in the budget of someone's socioeconomic disadvantage, a vacation is somewhere like going to Boulder City,
Right.
or going back at that time with Hamels. But to be able to make a investment into our generation, I think would be a great opportunity. Whatever we can do to support, maybe help in the private sector to find dues for young people that can afford it, just to be a part of the network. I think it's a great challenge you have, and we look forward to what I can do personally. Maybe I can get some of the kids that work with me in Swag Nation. It's a gentleman's etiquette program, but some of them have never left their neighborhood, Lakeside, Allendale, Cooper Road, and Highland. They have never left, never go outside there. So we can get them involved as well. I'd like to partner with you, see how we can coexist and work together. So whatever I can do personally and work with you in the private sector to get some resources to
Love to work with you.
extend that, I look forward to working with you.
The important factor that I've built this project around is the students. This may be something that could keep a kid in school. There is a GPA requirement to be a member. There are community service requirements to be a member. There is a leadership development program that goes along with it that allows the students to grow in their leadership skills and also qualify for scholarships in the future that would aid in their travel. So it's, there's a lot more detail to it than that, but my purpose today was just to give you a brief overview and answer any other questions.
Commissioner, you finished?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Dominic?
Appreciate you coming here today. I think everything sounds really good. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of our park systems. And I see you have like the 7 natural wonders of Caddo Parish. I don't know what you're looking at, but
Yeah.
I ask that you work with our park director.
Absolutely, yeah.
Walter B. Jacobs Parks has a lot of natural wonders out there. I don't know if you've been there, but it's out on Blanchard Fur Road.
Yeah, I've been to all
I
of
think
the,
it's one of the, I keep saying one of the best things that we have that, not a lot of people go there. It should be used more. It's just, we need to get the word out there. It's a wonderful,
we have so many
wonderful
natural
park.
treasures here, and we have so many,
Already been there.
so many places in this parish, in the border of this parish, that are untouched by the citizens, that they just haven't seen.
Sure.
They're not exposed to. So we're planning on bringing that out. That's part of the whole,
Definitely,
Well,
they want
appreciate
them
it.
to.
yeah.
And then, if that's, any other questions?
Commissioner Escaday?
Is there anything you'd specifically like for us to do for you today?
Yes, what I'd like to do is, I don't know what your procedure is, but I'd like to get a resolution from the commission saying that this is a project that y'all think has some future and hope, and whatever endorsement type resolution that you guys standardly provide for organizations. I'm going to be taking this project statewide. I'm actually presenting some details of this project to Amtrak at the end of the month in Fort Worth. And so I'm working with corporations to do corporate sponsorships and things like that to fund programs, and trying to avoid asking our government bodies for money. So we're going the corporate route.
Like you.
So if I could get any kind of resolution from the board saying this is, we like it, that would be what I would need.
Appreciate you, Chris.
Thank you.
We can do that. Can we do that now?
Chris.
Thank, Commissioner Bowman.
Can we go ahead and do it? Oh, we out of order?
We'll get it done.
Okay.
Next item is.
Next, we move to reports, administration reports.
Yes, Madam President, just a reminder to, that tomorrow is a Criminal Justice Coordinating Council meeting over at CCC, and we usually participate in that. It's
What
gonna
time?
11:30 a.m.
Now look here, now y'all gotta do something about this darn time y'all be
It's
having.
it's scheduled by the Sheriff
I'm
Department.
a BMW, I'm a black man working, so I'll need to do better with that time.
I thought it was British, man.
Yes, it's open to any commissioner who would like to comment on Matthew. You usually come to that every now and then.
I've been a member for a while, however, I'll be in class.
Okay.
Tomorrow, 11:30 at CCC.
Yes, ma'am. We're talking about our ongoing efforts to reform the process over at CCC to bring down the number of adjudicated prisoners that are kept over there. Okay. That concludes my report, ma'am.
Happy
Commissioner
birthday,
Dunphy.
man.
Communicate.
It's gonna be on.
Communicate.
Yes.
Just wanted to wish
Communicate.
Dr. Wilson a happy birthday.
Okay, thank you.
And Miss Baker, our
That's what I
president,
was
happy
gonna-
birthday.
Oh, thank
You're 15 today, huh?
15 today.
All right.
Just in time for that calendar.
16.
Well, if I look like that at 59, I ain't trying to get there. Is that administration seat that high?
Only because of who I think.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Commissioner Smith.
Actually, our age commissioners that got this job.
Ordinances on your agenda today that the Natural Resource Committee met today and approved, and bringing forth to you to approve, if you will. Ordinance number 5337 and 5338. These are Oil City and Vivian water ordinances. Very important, of course, as all of you already know. And we bring that to you for your approval.
Commissioner Epperson.
I spoke with Mr. Sam Williamson about the expiration of his term on the Communication District #1, and he is willing to serve again. So what I move that for Thursday, and we can vote on put it up for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can make a motion now or what?
Well,
Wait till we get to the next thing.
Okay.
Commissioner Williams.
I'd just like to inform the commission on Sunday. I had the opportunity to witness our very own Madam President make I guess a preach to a particular church, and she was well informed. She's done a great job in speaking and getting her message out to the people that are hurting. And I want to commend her because we need to really spread the true gospel, not the gossip that's been spread around by all these soothsayers and false prophets that are spreading the word in our country. And I want to commend you on the work that you did and hope you continue to do more.
Thank you.
And Commissioner Evans, we need to get us a church. We got us a preach.
Okay. Commissioner Bowman.
I declined one, and I was just wondering, a sidebar, who would be singing for you?
Oh. Okay.
Who's gonna be what?
You
Singing?
want the choir? He's gonna be the director? Okay.
Mr. Bowman gonna sing.
He's gonna be the director. Okay, all right. Nothing else? Next item, Mr.
I
Clerk.
want to remind everybody, the commission sits as a tax board of review on Thursday.
You skipped the, when do we do that? Mr. Sam Williams? To move it.
We just did that.
We didn't vote on it, to move it to Thursday.
He wants to move it to Thursday.
He wants to move it to Thursday, because he said that.
You'd have to do an agenda addition. Okay, just move it to Thursday then.
Well, he wants to
He wants
reappoint him.
to, he
Do
wants
we
to
need
reappoint him.
Do we need to?
Just move it for confirmation on Thursday, is what you want.
So moved.
So now,
We have to
do-
expand the agenda.
No, it's on the agenda.
it's on the agenda. So
It's on
read,
the agenda, you just need to move it for confirmation on Thursday under new business.
I will second Commissioner Epperson's motion to move that to Thursday to confirm Mr. Williams.
okay.
All right, let's
Is
vote.
there any discussion? None, please vote. Oh, Commissioner Escudate, you have a discussion?
No, something else, next in line.
All right.
Higher priced equipment.
Raise your hand like we used to,
Okay.
if you're sure.
That passes. Commissioner Escudate?
Let's getting, oh, what were we talking about before? Before that?
Now, he was talking about you turning
Our birthday.
59.
You having a senior bowl
No,
today?
no.
Rub it off on you.
Oh, the tax board of appeal.
Yeah.
What time?
Well, it'll meet during our regular scheduled meeting
Okay,
on
because it
Thursday.
shouldn't take a lot of time. There's no
Correct.
reason to have to be here 2 hours ahead of
Fine.
time. Okay, thank you.
Next, we move to President's Report.
Don't help with the brain.
No, President.
We have no old business, we move to new business. Authorized introduction of ordinance number 5337 of 2013, amending the budget of estimate revenues and expenditures for the oil and gas fund and capital outlay fund in the amount of $700,000 for the construction and improvement of oil city water lines that serve unincorporated areas of Caddo Parish.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by the chair, seconded by Commissioner Smith. Mr. Johnson, you want to speak?
Yes, just want to try to get some points of clarification. Now, this ordinance is basically to move the water line, or repipe the water line, or?
You want me to explain it to you?
Yes.
We do have some people here that can talk. We have the engineering firm of Baylor here, and also, well, Mayor Taylor, that's on the next one, the Vivian project. But I guess in a nutshell, and we can get Mr. Hagan to come up here to expand a little bit further, but as we're doing, and Ken Ward's here, as we're looking at our water study, which we're going to spend several $100,000 to do the complete water study. One of our main goals was to provide water to the citizens in the parish, and in particular along I-49. Commissioner, remember that there was a Willie Washington project. The parish received approximately $400,000 from a grant project to lay water lines to Mr. Willie Washington's property and lines. It's going to feed about 72 homes up in the Belcher-Dixie area. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Anyway, Oil City is going to lay a line, and they're going to, we had the opportunity to upgrade the line from an 8-inch to a 12-inch line, to expand it to a 12-inch line to better serve the citizens of that area, and in particular the potential growth, economic growth, development along I-49 corridor. Basically, this will be that we will be paying the difference from an 8-inch to a 12-inch line on both of these ordinances.
Okay. Now, what's the difference between these two projects and the Build-A-Give project that you just talked about last year? That was to supply water to people in the Belcher area. So what's the difference between the two?
The one for the Build-A-Give that you're talking about, that we received $400,000, we actually received the 400, is it 400, Randy, somewhere around that neighborhood, to lay lines to Mr. Willie Washington's area to serve those 72 homes. And this is actually providing water. We have to get water to them. They're going to get water from Oil City. Oil City will be running a line from Oil City down Highway 530 or 538. I get a little bit confused on those two highways, to go to that area, which will go to Willie Washington's area, but it'll also go to the I-49 corridor. And the proposal was for the parish to kick in an additional funds to upgrade the water line that's running along is it 530 or 538? 530, 8-inch to a 12-inch. Because if it's just an 8-inch line, 3 or 4 years down the road, someone's going to be knocking on our door, and we're going to have to upgrade that to a 12 to satisfy the demand of the customers in that area for growth. The 12-inch is just looking for future growth, for economic development along the I-49 corridor, and provide the water that we've been talking about in our water study.
Okay. I guess the issue I have is the Build-A-Give project, we had to make it a we went through the process of doing it through the Louisiana Community Development Block Grant. But this one, we didn't even submit it through that particular project. It's coming out of oil and gas.
That's right.
So why this coming out of oil and gas and the other one we took through the Louisiana Community Development Block Program?
Well, I think this is, and Ken can tell you this, that the ability to do this is going to give us the ability to because we're doing the overall water study, it's laying the groundwork to provide water out to the I-49 corridor. Ken, you want to talk further about
We
that?
also get state and local funding matches for this, which we didn't have for Bill.
Commissioner Johnson, pretty much what it is the cities have already gone out, they received, the oil cities went out for bonds. They have bonds and they have a little bit of state money that are doing that project for the oil city. Vivian's already have gone out through the same program that we received the money for the Willie Washington area. They received the majority of their funding for the 8-inch line, in fact all the funding, for the 8-inch line through that grant process. The upsizing of the line is not possible for the grant process because it looks at the economical situation in that area, and raising it from an 8-inch to a 12-inch doesn't match. So, but the 8-inch, moving it from the 8-inch to a 12-inch matches our economic need out there. We know we want to get I-49 to grow. We also need the area for the Willie Washington area to grow, and the connection between Oil City and Beldegill for it to be a feasible match so that we can trade water back and forth. So it doesn't meet the qualifications for any of the state programs. The state programs have already been tapped and already been used for that area, specifically for water. So that's the reason why it hasn't gone, because it just doesn't meet.
Okay. I guess, to me, from the outside looking in, this sends a bad signal to me. I mean, maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but, not too long ago you had the issue with the people in Wells Island Road that needed water desperately because they didn't have fresh drinking water. And then the Beldegill project, the guy came down here almost monthly telling that he needed water for his people in his area and himself. And then now we're taking taxpayers' money to increase this water line from an 8-inch to a 12-inch without going through any other type of funding besides coming out of oil and gas. I just think we just need to be more consistent on how we leveraging the taxpayers' dollars. Donna, question for you, is it within the legal guidelines to do it this way?
I'm currently in the process of researching that, Commissioner, to see how to make it fall within, or how it can fall within these parameters. Okay. And you'll know before it comes for a vote on Thursday.
Okay. I guess the second thing is there a rush for this? Is there a deadline that we have to meet or something?
There is. There's starting to be some push. The Oil City project, the Mayor Dickey's trying to get it out for bids real quick. And what they're going to do is they're going to have an option in the bid package for upsizing. They're going to go ahead and put it out on the street for an 8-inch. Both projects will actually have 8-inch on it, and then have the option for the 12-inch. So we'll know real quickly what our dollars and cents should look like. And but both of them are pushing forward. One is for bonding, and for Oil City, and the Vivian one is looking forward. The state has pretty much told them, you need to start spending the money now, or we're going to take it from you in the spring. So they're trying to get the project started so they can go and ask for their additional funding that they need along down the road.
Okay. So my last question is if when it's going out for bid and the 12-inch, some kind of way it falls out of the system, and they only going to run the 8-inch, or be on the hook for any money?
No.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I got.
Commissioner Lynn?
How many of the interchanges will this 12-inch upgrade have the capability of serving?
Each of the projects, there's two ordinances on the agenda. Each one will serve an interchange. So that's 2 additional interchanges with water.
Okay. And so this, if they want to develop those for commercial purposes, we will be able to have enough volume of water to serve them for
That's correct,
commercial
yes, sir.
development.
As well as the Beldegill will have connection to Oil City, which Oil City gets their water from Caddo Lake, and possibly also Austin is a little bit closer now with the Vivian project heading that way. So, you know, Austin, we could get those interconnected. They all could work together to help their water needs.
Thank you, that's all.
Commissioner Thibodeau?
Yeah, I see this as a little bit different. The 8-inch line is basically being paid for by the communities that are out there. The upgrade from 8 to 12 is the commission looking at upgrading our tax base and making it possible for economic development to take place all along that area. Without that, we would pay, I don't know how much more money if someone wanted to come into one of the, excuse me, one of the interchanges and do something commercially and not have enough water, then we're stuck with having to, we or someone's going to have to supply a larger line. So I think we're just thinking ahead here. I don't think we're doing anything special for the communities. I think what we're doing is we're increasing the flow of water for economic development, and that's part of what we're trying to do with our water project is to help areas grow. And right now we're just dealing with the northern part of the parish. We have the rest of the parish that is yet to have a plan put together by the study. I think we're getting close to getting those studies, and so there'll be opportunities, I think, for other parts of the parish to participate in some of the same thing that the northern part's doing right now. And if you actually look at a map and see what's being accomplished with, what, about $1 million, it's pretty impressive how much economic development and how much more we're making possible with just the addition of $1 million. And so I think we would be wise to spend this money for that purpose. And I think we will eventually get our money back in our tax base, economic development, and jobs.
Commissioner Williams?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would just like to echo some of the comments been expressed in the meeting regarding, in the sake of what we consider fair and unfairness to water throughout Caddo Parish, because the entire parish, water is just as important in North Shreveport as it is in South Shreveport. It must be hoped that if the same idea came before this body, that South Shreveport will not be prohibited to participate in the same type of structure that's been participated before us today. But I would look for more common ground when it comes to water, because we not only just is the economic opportunity, people need the basic fundamentals of water. Water is an economic development tool to attract new industry, to attract commercial development, housing, schools, and growth. So we have to be proactive in regard to planning for growth in North Shreveport, along with our uniformity code that we're about to put in place for North Shreveport. So I see a lot of excitement coming to North Shreveport and Caddo Parish. We want to be at the forefront of change and excitement and new ideals and innovation in North Shreveport. So I hope that we would not slow progress down. I could have, because of personal reasons. I could take on the other side and say why we shouldn't do it. But I'm going to be bigger than most people up here at times when they come to vote on something. I'm going to say why we should do it. We should support, if it's good for District 2, the people need water, it's just like they did good for District 12. If they need water, they need water. We shouldn't pick and choose what we feel is economic development. It could be developed in South Shreveport, it could be developed in North Shreveport, West Shreveport, East Shreveport. It should be good for all of us. So if it's good for them, it's good for the parish, good for our tax body, it's good for the morale in our community, and good for assessing the property. And another thing, they wanted to keep up the maintenance up on the right-of-way, because those of municipalities would keep up their own maintenance on those lines. We need to be proactive, not put in an 8-inch, we need to put in the 12, so we have to spend more money. So it's very wise to do it this way. I commend all the players that came before this body. The mayor, our Public Works Department, who does an outstanding job, commending Commissioner Dominique for having the vision to bring everybody, and Representative Morris for putting the money in the capital outlay and making it priority 1 to priority 5. So we need to move forward and supporting water. The Caddo Parish citizens, let's look at it as our citizens. These are our people. regardless of black or white, Indian, Jew, or whatever, they need water. We need to think on those lines and think about the diversity that we have in our great parish. So I think we should move forward with this. I will be supporting this. I hope this will be an example of how we should work together. Thank you.
Commissioner Escaday.
You know, since 2007, most of us, and some of us a lot, spent a great deal of time looking at the whole parish and its water resource issues at every inch of the parish. And we spent hours and hours meeting on it, working and meeting with our senators and congressmen, begging for help from agriculture to anybody where we could get a dime, trying to get the water utility district study done, working with Bossier to solve not only our problem in the north, but their problem as well, begging for money, and not knowing where this was going to go, thinking it was, at one time, it was going to be $500 to $700 million, and then they started talking about new locks and dams, and we've been all over the board. And now we have an opportunity to get started with the process, and as Mike said, a lot of bang for the buck for this $1 million, and it looks like preliminary indications of the Shaw Group study, or whatever they're called now, is that we're going to be able to eventually accomplish this for much, much less than the hundreds of millions of dollars we've been asking for. We weren't going to get it, but we kept begging. So that's a good thing. A lot of the argument that we were making to our congressman over the last few years was that I-49 was getting slowly and slowly built, and once it opened, not only would it bring traffic in there, it would bring the opportunity for increased commerce and economic development, but there's no water there. So if we just took it, if we took the economic development aspect out of it and said our job is just to make sure that our citizens have good drinking water and we're not going to be concerned with it, then what we're going to have is an interstate system complete up there that's not going to have any commerce at all because there's no water at any of those interchanges, you know. And so we've known this day is coming. We're going to be able to accomplish this for very, very low cost. Get water not only to the interstates, but this actually will supply water for Ward 2 Industrial Park, which will be something that they can use now maybe to get some more tenants in there because the water is a big problem there. So we've got our interstate, it's fixing to open, and nothing can happen because we have no water. And we've known this. Now we have the opportunity to provide that water, and not only in the attempt to provide that water, take care of other communities along the way who have water issues and needs, and make sure that it's good enough for the future, and do it right the first time. This is a no-brainer. It's not like we're carrying the whole bill. It's not like somebody that comes to us and says, you know, we've got 40 residents over here and we don't have any water. You know, that's a whole different type of situation. These towns and all have already secured funding. We're just going to help them go ahead and make it better. So it takes care of our citizens' needs, but it also allows for the future of economic development. So in addition to us going ahead and doing this and making sure we have the water up there so there's interchanges that can develop, the only thing I say is I hope those lines aren't completed to those interchanges before we have our Unified Development Code studied so we can make sure we don't have any SOBs and unwanted businesses along these interchanges. You know, so Mayor, don't build that line too fast, you know, till we get our stuff together on the other end, because, you know, be careful what you ask for. It may not be the kind of business we want, you know. So, but anyway, my point is our efforts are paying off finally. Mr. Ward, I want to compliment him on all his work. We're going to be able to do this and do it relatively cheap. They're doing big things out at Blanchard now. So what used to be a $500 million wish and pie in the sky looks like it's just going to be, you know, several million, but not even close to that. And we're going to be able to take care of at least the north part of the parish. The the southern part of the parish is a whole different animal. Now, they've got interchanges when I-49 opened, and somehow, I wasn't around, most of it's DeSoto, they were able to get water to those interchanges, and they've had development. But the water districts in the south that Mr. Smith represents, those people with water issues, they don't have any municipalities or towns for the most part around them supporting that. They're individual separate little districts that have no extra money, no resources, no tax base, you know, so it's a different issue. But I'm gonna support this, and this will go a long way towards, you know, people know their water up there. They're not only going to business development, people actually build houses and stuff up there. The farms are, but that's the biggest thing that's held North Shreveport. And I'm talking about from downtown till you start driving down North Market. It's just resources. And I'm proud of the work they've done, and this is a lot of bang for the buck, and I'm going to support it. I couldn't in good conscience not. Thank you.
I see no further discussion, so we can vote at this time. This is on 5337, moving it forward, correct? Correct. Okay, it passes, I believe.
Authorize introduction of ordinance number 5338 of 2013, amending the budget of estimate revenues and expenditures for the oil and gas fund and capital outlay fund in the amount of $500,000 for construction and improvement of Vivian water lines that serve unincorporated areas of Caddo Parish.
We'd like to move that to Thursday with an amendment to the amount will actually be $612.
I'll second.
Have a motion by the chair, seconded by Commissioner Williams. I have Commissioner Johnson wish to speak.
Yes, what's the extra $125,000?
Mr. Ward, you want to tell us what the extra $112,000 is?
That was the original amount that I remember, documents I had were like 487, so we rounded up to 5, and then Jimmy Hagan with Baylor and Associates, engineer for Vivian, came back with revised numbers since the time that the ordinance was written was 612. That's the 612 was voted on by the committee this afternoon. So the number is this 612. I can't explain it. You know, it was just a difference of when it was originally designed and calculated to what it is today. So we're expecting a 612 number instead of 500,000.
Can we get some more detailed information before we vote?
Sure, the information has been submitted.
Yeah.
I'll forward that to you this afternoon.
Jimmy's here.
Mr. Hagan, you want to come tell us what the difference is?
That's an engineer, man.
Oh, somebody's got to say we screwed up initially. I mean, you know,
I think he's business in my district.
The Monday morning quarterback is always undefeated, right? The original estimate was for $500,000 for upsizing the Vivian water main from 8-inch to 12-inch. And that was based on some kind of a Google map survey of putting some distances together. Since that time, we've actually drawn the drawings for that water main, so we know exactly what the quantities are. We've gone down to interstate and crossed over interstate, which going under the interstate costs probably $50,000 or $75,000 to get to the other side. And so most of those costs are because the figures are actually based on what you see on the construction drawings, which are completed, as well as that interstate crossing to get to the east side of I-49.
Okay.
I just have one more comment.
Sure, Commissioner Williams.
My question, maybe it's not to you, but to the body who's going to be doing the work. I want to make sure that we reach out to the minority community to participate, especially spending the tax dollars of Caddo Parish. I want to make sure that we have some type of minority participate in the architect and engineering. We do have people that are bonded and certified and certified to do business with the parish. They ought to be able to participate in when we issue out these type of dollars, whether state funding or their municipality funding or county parish funding. We need to make sure that we have some minority participation. And I'm going to be looking at that as we move along the process. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Bowman, you have any questions for?
No, sir. I was just going to request that the engineer explain, but he just explained.
He answered your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I have nothing further, so we'll be voting on ordinance number 5338 to move it forward Thursday with amendment to $612,000. Can vote at this time. And that passes 8-9-0.
Authorize introduction of ordinance number 5339 of 2013, amending the budget of estimate revenues and expenditures for the Economic Development Fund and the Oil and Gas Fund in the amount of $150,000 to fund I-49 corridor land use study in 2013.
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Johnson.
I guess the last time I heard about this study, the figure was a little lower. What made it go up?
Actually, it was the last
higher.
vote. Actually,
It was a lot.
180.
yeah, actually, it was higher.
About 100.
And what we decided to do was, initially, we were looking at another group doing the study. Was it 180? I thought it was higher than that. But
220.
220, I'm not sure, but it was higher. What we did was we contacted Camaris, who is doing the UDC study, and they were able to give us a proposal that looks like they will be able to do everything for less. The long-range committee met with them about several weeks ago, and then they gave us a presentation, and that was the recommendation. So we're trying to move forward with that.
Okay, what are their deliverables?
I'm sorry?
What's the deliverables?
What are they going to do?
Yes.
They're going to do a study and planning along the I-40 corridor, 3-mile study on both sides. They will include, and I've got copies of the proposed contract. You need to look at it.
if you need her.
Dara probably could help you too, but they will have public meetings, go out and talk to the public in different municipalities, meet with the commission and the UDC board to try to ultimately see what needs to be done around the I-49 corridors and within that 3-mile zone.
From where to where?
Well, it would be from outside the MPC district, 5-mile district, all the way to the state line of Arkansas.
Okay.
Okay. So it would cover,
It's going to cover some of your district, I would imagine, but not a whole lot.
as long as it covers the part it need to cover, that's fine.
Whatever's outside the MPC area, it is. We're not going to forget about you.
I won't let you.
I wouldn't think you would.
All right, I'm good.
We just got to watch out for all those SOBs John was talking about a while ago. Commissioner Thibodeau?
Mine got answered.
And Commissioner Epperson?
Now, SOBs need a little love. Anyway.
You ought to know,
I think we mentioned in committee that we wanted to, we could recommend some people maybe to go out and be liaisons that know the area.
Yeah.
And I have a person that I'd like to recommend that was born and raised in that area.
Okay, we'll look at them, and if you get with me, we'll see what we do, okay?
All right.
Because we figured a lot of it's going to be, kind of
Foot soldier.
myself and some other ones, so. All right, but if that's okay.
Get paid
Ken?
now, no volunteers.
Okay. Commissioner Escaday.
Yeah, I just want to kind of reiterate something said before. This does make sense having Camaris do it, since they're doing the codes for within the city and in the 5-mile area, and they'll already know the people and have a mechanism. It's a lot easier. We're able to save a lot of money instead of just going with the hand-picked person that cog drug in here and was wanting to get that work too like that. And to Commissioner Dominic, this is in your district too. I'm done with you for the year. I'm going to support all 3 of these, but you're cut off. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, you tapping that thing.
Keep that way. You keep going that way, Commissioner, there'll be some more SOBs running around here.
You're cut off.
One of them.
Oh, I am.
All right, Commissioner Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Here again, I still can't say enough about being inclusive and supporting the diversity and the demographics of Caddo Parish. It's important that we represent the diversity in those communities that's going to be grassroots and surveyed. As Commissioner Everett said, he has someone who knows the community, and we have to be conscious of the diversity in our community and make sure that we be inclusive. And it's important that the tax dollars being spent, and regardless of who community or who district, they need to be inclusive and represent the diversity of our community. Diversity promotes morale in a community. It helps people be able to find wealth opportunities through jobs and contracts, and they need to be inclusive. So I hope that we be conscious of that, and I'll be watching that, a lot of how we conduct ourselves here on the Caddo Commission. Thank you.
Okay, got a motion on the floor and a second. Go ahead and vote on that at this time. And that passes 9-0.
Authorize the introduction of ordinance number 5340 of 2013, declaring certain adjudicated properties to be surplus. Authorize the parish administrator designee to sell parish's tax interest.
So moved.
Have a motion by Commissioner Williams, seconded by Commissioner Escaday. See no discussion, we can vote on it at this time. And that passes 9-0.
Authorize introduction of ordinance 5341 of 2013 to deem property surplus and authorize the sale of surplus property owned by Caddo, by the Parish of Caddo.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Williams, seconded by Commissioner Escaday. See no discussion, we can vote at this time. That passes 9-0.
Authorize introduction of ordinance number, authorize resolution number 57 of 2013, adopting a plan for residential anti-displacement and relocation assistance for projects funded through the CDBG program.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Williams, seconded by Commissioner Bowman. I see no discussion. We can vote on that at this time.
Got a hand up.
Oh, Commissioner Epperson?
Give me a little something on that. No SOB, but a little information on that.
Hit the blue, kid.
Yeah.
Hit the blue, kid. Yeah, that's
What about?
Hang on one second.
Oh, okay.
Guys, hang on.
Blue ain't resolution on
I
there,
got
Mr.
Commissioner Epperson, the floor recognizes you. Who you talking to? Commissioner Lucky?
Yeah, but there is a resolution there. Hit the blue, yeah. Not the little triangle blue thing, but the blue.
Randy, you want me to?
Okay, now what we doing? We displacing what?
There you go, Mr. Epperson.
Commissioner Epperson, that's just, as you all know, a couple of weeks ago, you identified the projects for the LCD.
What is it now?
For that community development block grant program that you all have, you have to adopt this resolution in accordance with that project. It's not actually displaced, you just have to have a plan in place in accordance with the grant requirements. For the projects that you all selected a couple of weeks ago to go for the LCDBG grant.
Can you hear okay?
All right.
Did you hear her, Commissioner?
Okay.
He still can't hear me.
He wanted miracle ears.
Commissioner,
All right. I got till Thursday to figure it out.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
As long as they bow, man, yeah.
The way I understand what you're saying is basically the community development block grant, the two that we submitted last month, this is just basically a formality and procedure that we always have to adopt a plan before we actually submit that to the state legislature,
Meet the
correct?
criteria.
Correct.
Okay, I got you. All right, Commissioner Johnson?
So we have looked to make sure that we don't have any displacement or we have to have any relocation. We have checked that.
I'd have to look at those, but I'm not familiar with the two
Can we have that information by
projects.
Thursday?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, no other commissioners on board. If we can vote on that, move to Thursday, you can do so at this time. And that passes 9-0.
Authorize resolution number 58 of 2013, authorize Caddo Parish Administrator to request and authorize the Louisiana State Mineral and Energy Board and the Office of Mineral Resources to accept nominations and advertise for oil, gas, and mineral leases, accept bids and award and execute oil, gas, and mineral leases on certain mineral interests owned by Caddo Parish as requested by Tacoma Energy Corporation.
Move to Thursday.
Second. Have a motion by Commissioner Johnson, if I get this correct. Seconded by the chair. Commissioner Johnson, you want to speak on your motion? Is that what you said? No. Okay. Commissioner Escaday?
Mr. Glass? What exactly releasing?
I'm sorry?
What are we leasing?
What exactly
It's,
are we releasing?
Subdivision roads and one piece of adjudicated property.
So it's total of 5.10
Yeah.
acres?
They've got one in Commissioner Johnson's district, Soda Point subdivision, just barely in your district, and then the rest of it is in Doug's district near Dixie.
Okay, is this part of a unit that's been formed already?
Yes.
And what is this natural gas play? What's the depth?
It's the same Anadarko drilling program going across.
Brown dense?
No, it's a Haynesville and Cotton Valley. They're going
Okay.
after liquids associated with gas.
We've got a $500 minimum?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
See no other commissioners on board. At this time, we'll vote. And that passes 9-0.
Authorize resolution number 59 of 2013, supporting and recommending to Governor Jindal and the Louisiana Legislature development of Amtrak passenger rail service in North Louisiana.
Go ahead, Thibodeau, that's yours.
Move Thursday.
Second.
Commissioner Thibodeau, and seconded by Commissioner Bowman. Do we have any discussion? That doesn't have any, this has to do with that millennium project.
That's new, that's gonna be, let's bring on new
I think
business.
we'll probably bring that up in our new business.
We'll go get-
for next time. Okay, we'll go ahead and vote. Nine to zero, that passes.
Authorize resolution number 60 of 2013, urging and requesting the United States Congress not to approve military action against Syria.
In light of the agreements that were made this weekend between the United States, Russia, Syria, in cooperation with the United Nations.
You don't trust the Russians, pass it anyway.
Okay, all right. Move to Thursday.
Second.
Let's go.
I'd like to speak.
All right, anybody else? Commissioner Escudero, you want to talk about it?
Say only one simple thing. When your enemies are fighting one another, stay out of it. Simple as that. Thank you.
All right, no other commissioners to speak? We can vote for this at this time? Commissioner Bowman? There you go. That passes 9-0.
Authorize change in scope of project for the words in action appropriation approved in 2013 budget.
So move.
Second. Have a motion?
Second.
We already
This
brought it up,
was
it's
an action,
already been
right?
discussed.
Do what? Sorry?
We discussed in NGO committee
Okay.
regarding the,
All right, have a motion by Commissioner Williams, seconded by Commissioner Bowman, correct?
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I have no discussion. Y'all ready to vote on this? That passes 7-2.
Authorize approval for travel to Birmingham, Alabama for commissioners to attend City of Shreveport Economic Development Trip, October 6th through the 8th.
Move to Thursday.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Lynn and seconded by who?
Me.
Commissioner Williams. Okay. I have a Commissioner Johnson, you wish to speak on that matter?
Yeah, what is the trip pertaining to? How's it gonna help Caddo Parish?
I can answer that.
Okay, Commissioner Lynn, can you answer that yourself?
Yes. This is a similar trip as to what was taken to Oklahoma City. This is a bus trip. The cost to the parish is $584. I can assure you that I learned enough at that Oklahoma trip to pay for that $500. If for no other reason, I was able to sit next to one of my city councilmen on the way there and the other one on the way back to foster better relations between the parish and the city. This particular trip, the Biomedical Research Institute is going to formulate some questions to bring us up to speed as far as comparing the medical industry in Birmingham to the medical industry in Caddo Parish. And so we'll be able to see what we need to do to better our community by helping the biomed improve their situation in comparison to where they are in Birmingham.
And Commissioner Everson go?
I think this is Mayor Glover's trip, and I think that if anybody wanted to go, all they would have to do is ask him.
Okay. Commissioner Johnson, your question's been asked?
Well, that probably would seem to be a biased trip if Biomed is gonna be doing the comparison. They're gonna make a positive picture between the two. But, okay, cool.
Okay, Commissioner Escudero.
Anybody else going on the trip this year? Y'all
That's a
going?
question I was gonna ask.
No?
Okay, is anybody else going on the trip?
Then I'd like
That's
to,
you, right?
well, I would like to amend the motion that allows Commissioner Lynn to take the trip, and I'm sure that he will bring us back, according to John Settle, you know, if you believe John Settle, Matthew
My
always
understanding
brings the
that
goods
Stephanie was
back.
invited also.
Second.
So there were two.
Okay, so
I
the
made my
motion has
motion.
been amended to,
Sure, I'm gonna come back with something.
Still have for Commissioner Lynn to attend the trip.
okay, the motion is for just Commissioner Lynn to attend the trip. I have a motion made and a second, and we
I don't
can,
think you got a second.
I second.
Mr. Thibodeau second.
Seconded by Thibodeau. Okay, all those in favor?
Yeah.
And that passes 6-2, and someone didn't vote.
God, they ain't here.
You didn't.
Yes, 'cause they didn't vote.
Hold on your
Me?
machine over
Oh,
there.
me, I voted yes.
I voted yes.
It shows different.
All this high dollar equipment
show me.
don't work.
Show
Okay,
yesterday.
I'm yes. All right.
Did that pass?
I don't know, everybody went 9-0. Yeah, it passed.
All right.
Authorize approval.
6-2.
Authorize approval for travel to New York City, New York for Commissioner Lindora Baker to attend the Loose Innovation Symposium, December 11th through 13th.
Move to Thursday.
What is the LU?
What is that?
Okay, hang on one second. Got a
I
motion?
second it.
Motion by Commissioner Bowman, seconded by Commissioner Escaday. All right, hang on. If anybody's got any questions, please press the button. Commissioner Lynn?
What is that? I'm just out of curiosity.
Okay, does anybody know what that is?
Large urban county caucus, one of the caucuses of NACO.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. She was a NACO invited, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, she told me she was going to something for NACO. Okay,
Some of them.
has anybody no other questions? We can vote on that at this time. Pass 9-0.
Next, we have consent agenda.
Okay.
New business. No business.
Wait, we got a new business here.
Okay, consent agenda. We have some new business?
We're gonna pass a resolution, ask to extend the,
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Williams and seconded by Commissioner Escaday to expand our agenda.
We're not expanding it. These are items on the agenda. We want to take these up under new business.
What items on the agenda?
the American Millennium Project.
Mr. Chris Chandler, who's here is listed as a visitor.
Yeah, but it's not on the agenda though, is it, Bob?
Well, let's go ahead, we just go through the process.
What?
It needs to either be added because
Okay, well, we'll add it, we'll go to the process.
as an agenda addition.
A motion by Commissioner Williams, seconded by Commissioner Escaday, to expand the agenda to include a matter concerning the American Millennium Project, okay? We need 100% vote on this to expand the agenda. Can everyone vote at this time? Okay, I have someone who didn't vote.
They not here, Cox and,
Commissioner Johnson?
Dominic, you voting on Baker, you gonna show up as Baker.
No, see.
Oh,
that's what's
oh, I know what's on.
You gonna show up as Baker.
Yeah.
But over there.
Yeah.
I'm showing up as Baker.
Right.
Correct. You're correcting.
Right, correct, correct.
All right, Commissioner Johnson.
It's yes over here.
But it's not over there, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know.
Todd, get it together.
What do you want me to do? I voted yes.
He voted yes, so it approves.
He was originally not here.
But you gotta document it.
It needs to show.
I'm not showing on this. I'm showing on
As far
this.
as being,
We need to have an auction on this equipment in here, get some new equipment.
Motion to have an auction? I'm just kidding.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, the motion,
it'll reflect that Mr. Johnson
It
voted
passed
yes.
unanimously.
Okay.
Make
All
the
right,
motion.
the agenda has been expanded.
Sure.
Now we need a motion to add it to the
Chairman, I have
agenda?
the
Correct. Okay.
What we do now?
You need to make a motion
you
to
need to
add
make
it
the
to the
motion.
agenda.
Make a motion to add.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Williams to,
Extend it. Now you gotta make a motion to add it.
Right.
okay, Commissioner
Motion
Williams?
to extend the agenda.
No, add it.
We've already extended that.
Add the American Millennium Project to the agenda.
Okay, you have a motion by Commissioner Williams to add it to the agenda, seconded by Commissioner Escaday. All those in favor to add it to the agenda?
One extra step, one
Oh, we got some protocol. I like that.
unnecessary step.
Works better than the school board's payroll.
Okay, that passes 9-0. Now we need to actually vote to
now we
move
need
it
to
to Thursday.
authorize resolution number 61 of 2013. And you're gonna have to help me how we need to urge or what
What's
we're
61?
asking for.
He's already given it a number. We're gonna call it 61,
Okay, where's
right?
it? Where's it?
Right.
Resolution
No,
61.
he just gave it a number. We're gonna call it
American
number
Millennium
61.
Project.
Okay, authorize resolution number 61 of 2013.
What is it? Is American Millennium Project?
Yeah, to
Yeah,
support,
it'll be ready
to
Thursday.
show our
American
support for
Millennium
American Millennium Project.
Thank you.
Okay, have that motion
Second.
by Commissioner Williams and seconded by Commissioner Escaday. Now, do you wish to discuss anything, Mr. Williams?
No, I'm just, you explained it well. I think it's great. It's been around when I was a kid.
Wouldn't have helped.
I had to go to the military.
And I'm waiting for it to see, I know it passed, I'm sure it passed. Looks like it did pass.
Mr. Who needs to vote?
Commissioner Lenny's.
Lynn, waiting on you.
I pressed, I'll press again, there you go.
Okay, 9-0. All right, is there any further?
Already did it.
Now we just have consent agenda, and then
Okay, have a motion to adjourn?
Good trip.
Oh, well,
This is your-